Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the Indie Spotlight, where I take you on an adventure to find out if this early access game is worth your time, or if it'll end up in your backlog of games you always tell yourself you'll get to one day. Today's indie game is Deathbound by developers Trial Forge Studio. We are joining the conflict of life and death in this action RPG. Deathbound is set in a world where faith and science clash. The violent nature of this game appealed to me. As a fan of soul-like games, I decided to jump into this one. This video is brought to you by Antonline. To hear about them and the amazing deals we have during February, make sure to hang out until the end of the video. I'm also live on Twitch almost every Tuesday if you'd like to come by and ask any questions. Without further ado, let's see what this game is all about. Alright, I felt like picking up at this location because I can really show you the gameplay. But welcome. We're currently in Ziminal. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Ziminal? So the Church of the Dead stands at the gates of the grand city of Akaratia. What makes this game unique? Let me dodge these real fast. So it's a medieval style world in the ruins of technology where fanatical faith and unnatural science clash. And you can see me switching my essence, which is the life force, and I can morph into different characters. We're on a holy conquest to eliminate the cult of life. And so far in this demo, I've only unlocked 5 characters. Parrying is so hard. I don't know. I thought I had it down earlier. Maybe I'll get a successful parry, but I do like dodging more. And so my favorite character is Anna, the assassin. Oh, yeah, I got one there. Nice. Okay. That's right. I'm so glad I got that off so you were able to see it. Like, the parrying is a little difficult in this, and I would say they could work on this a little bit. But yeah, like I was saying, life force and what we might consider souls, if you play like souls-like games, in this is known as essence. All the characters have their own talent trees. Like my rogue is quick and my tank hits hard. So this guy killed me earlier. Should I try and fight him again? No. Of course. Blind corners. And you know, I like the idea of having different characters with morph because certain situations require, like, you can sneak around with Anna, the rogue or assassin, and just like backstab people when they're not looking. When I'm in close quarter combat like this where, you know, hallways, I can't get around, then I actually really like using the spear. And then you get different characters. Like I have the big, strong guy. He's good whenever you just need a berserker. So you'll see little things like this, right? Little glitches throughout the game. And earlier, when I was the Crusader, I was fighting someone near some stairs, and he just kind of just floated around. He was just floating. All right, I need to get closer. He's got such a wide sweep. I need to get closer and dodge. I am a scaredy cat. So you can switch up the party at the Resurrection Stone is what I think it is. It's a technology where you can resurrect and level up and... Oh, I'm gonna die. I know it. I want to get closer, but my essence is draining. So you can use an essence enhancer when your essence drops, or your life force. But what it does is it takes essence from the other characters in your party. Oh, he got me good. But yeah, with the party, my current group complements each other. I had to move the rogue away from the Crusader because they didn't sync well. And what that does is it'll cause problems, like when I had the rogue and the Crusader it caused me to lose stamina. So yeah, here's the resurrection stone. And if I had essence, or in terms that you might understand, souls, I could use them to level up, or there's also upgrade tools there, and you can switch your party up. So a lot of this does remind me of Dark Souls, which is where I keep comparing this experience from. And then like Elden Ring. Deathbound basically has the same control system, and you can change it around, but I'm fighting like I'm playing in Dark Souls. Alright. Everything I just did, I get to do again. This time better, right? Feel like I don't have a lot of stamina. So Trial Forge Studios considers this game to be an alpha. I feel that they still have a few kinks to work on, like their stutters during loading times. Sometimes I glitch into a forever wall. The forever fall, actually. And the destructible items are sometimes not destructible. But dodging is satisfying. And then the morph abilities are fun, like when you land a successful parry. One thing you should know is if you do participate in this demo, when you morph, it like sends out an explosion. And I accidentally upset some NPCs earlier from the Church of Death, and so anytime they see me now. Yeah, that was easy. I love it, though, the fact that there's different groups in this, different factions, and they just don't get along. So there's this. You see that, right? There is a disturbance in the air. It looks like I can interact with it, but maybe it's not me. Maybe it's one of the other characters. Oh, it's the Crusader. Throughout the game, you'll find these like I found the Crusader and the Spear User. I found them laying around, and you can interact with them, and then you absorb their essence. And so for the Crusader, you actually follow his storyline throughout the game. I think he's reliving his past.
No, my lord. I too have been sickened by the accounts of their villainy.
Did I err by trusting you with this task, Sir Gillowen?
Not at all, sire. Even now, my men are searching house to house for these sinners. We will know of their whereabouts within the hour.
See to it that you do, and Thoreau, bring every item you find of them directly to me.
I think Deathbound has potential as a Souls-like game. It's got a great start to a low fantasy story. The technology is familiar to me, but the death versus life plot is unique. The demo was about 20 gigabytes, and I haven't made it very far. Like, I'm only showing you a 20-minute game through section here. But yeah, I'm being rewarded for exploring. It's one of those games where you could just run from A to B, but you also want to look through 8.2, 8.3, everywhere you go. So the beginning of this, so before like where we just picked up, I was just exploring and experiencing the game glitches that's throughout this, and I love Anna and her backstabs. And so what you really missed at the beginning was just me dying over and over. And just like Zelda, if you break the pots, there will be items. So just destruction is rewarded as well. So items will fall. In my case, as Anna, I use a lot of her arrows. And so I'm on the search for bolts. So I like that ranged attack with her. She's fast and can dodge. And you can do different aspects with her skill tree. When I was looking at the skill tree for most of the characters, there's actually fire damage. So like your characters rely a lot on fire damage. And oop, let's hide behind this. I'm coming for you. This guy seems to just be like in his own world, a little bit zoned out there. The fact that you can play with multiple characters is intriguing. The fact that they all have different stories behind them. So like, I'm curious about Anna. I want to learn more about my little assassin here. So far, we've really just followed down the Crusader. I think they start with the Crusader story, though, because we are trying to understand what's going on in this world. With the cult of life and everyone. Like, why are they against each other? You're no one, yet everyone. The results of a desperate experimentation in the pursuit of eternal life. In the eyes of the church, an icon of sin and heresy. Ooh, got him. To others' validation of their relentless experiments, you stand in a world where there is no good nor evil, only justification. So, oh. This makes me think of,
Hey, Raffaele, it's me.
who is it? Who?
Oh, praise
Oh, it's Julia. Her name's Julia or Julia?
Is that little Ilion? You two all right?
Yeah, right. We managed to hide so far. We shouldn't be on the streets. They're executing every life cultist they get their bloody hands on.
Listen.
It's like
there's
life is a
something we
god.
must do that is of the utmost importance. Do you know where the Essence Mansons are?
I saw some of them passing by earlier with Alarna and the other one.
Solon?
No, the other one. The one with the thing in his eye.
Aethalos.
That's it. Crossed the bridge to Zermal. I think they went to meet the combatants.
Thank you, Raffaele. You two take care, okay? Stay hidden till this is
I'm
all
very
over.
curious about the Essence Mancers. Such a unique idea. But you notice how he said, thank life, almost as if life was like a god. I am gonna die. Alright, I'm gonna just smash. We're gonna use our tank. This demo, they feel a little limited. I'm sure throughout, as I continue to level, the characters will grow stronger, but their stamina just drops so quickly. The morph, or the change of characters, is pretty quick. It does really well. I feel no performance issues when it happens. So out of everything, when they morph, it seems to be flowing very well. And I'm just like checking these blind corners, man. I feel like, all right. And you see these doors, like they're lit up. I have to go around and find panels to activate them. So that's where the technology is. And that's why this world is low fantasy, because I recognize things, right? Like there's TV screens in random places. Hello. Who should I fight you with? Let's go with Julia. But I like this because ultimately I don't have to decide on which character I want to play, right? I could go with the strength build, which I'm doing with the Crusader. I can go with my dexterity build, which I'm doing with Anna the Rogue. Or I can just smash. There is another character who's not in my party that I have. She is a mage. But I don't really feel like I'm utilizing the mage properly. So here's one of the panels. These activate, and in this case, it's an elevator, unlocking shortcuts. We're familiar with Soul games, so I did all that exploring, and if I happen to die, I'll be able to come back if I need to. I'm only going to attempt the boss once. I don't know how it'll end up, but at least I'll show you. And if you feel like you can beat the boss, this demo is free on Steam, if you'd like to give it a try. Where did it drop us? I don't think that actually was a shortcut. Alright, just... I could explore down here or I could keep going. So here are the artifacts that I have so far. I got Chains of Consequence. And this one, attack weight, and then the other one, which is melee power. I can only update the mystic powers. So you can get ancient tech or you can get mystic upgrades. And in this case, I only had mystic, so my melee damage is higher. I'm just going to stick with that. I put all my upgrades in that so far. Do you ever just know that a boss room is a boss room? Like, doesn't this feel like a boss room? I called it. All right, here we go. Nice little cutscene here. Right now I have all my settings set to high. Frame capped at 120. Impending truth. Seems pretty easy so far. But traditionally there's phases, so let's get him to phase 2 and see what happens. I've done no research. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to smash and see what happens. You can see my essence on my character is dropping. I'll switch to the Crusader. Looking closely, I think the character is blindfolded. So whenever I drop too much stamina and my character needs time, I just switch, right? So that way I can fight back if I need to. All right, here's phase 2. Yeah, I have a lot of faith in Soul-like games. Life of P was a very fun, interesting game that came out recently. And so every time I see a Soul-like game, I want to give it a chance. It takes so much stamina to dodge. He seems to have the same strike mechanics. And then he does that jump, and then he strikes 3 times in a row after that. So that one was new. He did like that wide swipe, and that's his 3 attacks. And I have no health. I might be panicking. I might be panicking a lot. Because he hits hard. And that wide sweep is actually like a replication of that tree character I was fighting earlier. And I failed that fight, so you know I'm not doing that mechanic very well. Alright, so why am I playing the slowest character ever? Who has no ability to hit, because it takes all his stamina. What am I doing? I don't think we're gonna make it through this. Oh, alright. Well, that's Impending Truth, everybody. That was the first one. And now you've seen a little bit into the demo of Deathbound. February is an exciting time on Antonline. We have outstanding deals with up to 75% off on the hottest tech. I couldn't make this video happen without Antonline. If you like games and the newest hottest tech, then you're in the right place. And if you enjoyed this video, then hit that thumbs up and subscribe button.